Now, last week, Bollywood actor Hrithik Roshan launched his apparel brand HRX. X stands for Extreme, marking a first in terms of celebrity extensions. The range includes extreme casuals and easy actives in apparel, along with sports footwear for men. Positioned as a mass brand, Hrithik and his team believe that Hrithik's massive fan base will be a great advantage, coupled with the fact that the star has always been known to be a style icon. Well, to get a sense of why and where the actor sees the brand in the foreseeable future, I'm joined by none other than the actor himself. Thank you so much for joining us, Hrithik. Truly a pleasure to have you on Brand Equity. First things first, when and how was the brand HRX conceptualized?
Well, this brand was conceptualized about 3 years ago. It started with a conversation about challenges and how to overcome them, and realizing that there wasn't a platform for that. I have had a lot of challenges in my own life, and I still do, and I have to constantly work at overcoming those challenges, and I know the same goes for my fellow Indians. I realized that a lot of brands didn't really speak to the Indian citizen. They spoke over them. I wanted to develop something for the Indian consumer that inspired them to keep on pushing, to stare adversity in the face, to keep achieving. We wanted to create a take-action brand, not just an action brand. That is what this brand is about.
Right. Give me a sense of what is the brand identity of HRX and what kind of detailing went behind developing the logo?
Well, we spent a lot of time developing this brand identity because it has to be something that when you look at it or hear it, it's imprinted in your subconscious. We looked at a lot of brands for inspiration to understand the typeface, logo, font, colors, and application. HR, this is of course a play on my initials. X, the X is for extreme. The definition of extreme is to reach the highest degree, and that is what the aim is for me. This brand and everybody I associate with. The X is also the logo.
You've spoken about moments of extreme. Can you explain to our viewers what these moments really are?
Well, we all have moments when we are out of breath or can't keep our eyes open, or are in physical pain, or trying to push through that last set when you're working out. Those brief moments when you actually surpass your own expectations of what is possible. That is what we call moments of extreme.
Well, on that note, thank you so much, Hrithik, for joining us on Brand Equity, and all the very best with HRX. Hopefully it will see the kind of traction you're expecting in the market. On that note, let's go and talk to the two men who've been instrumental in launching HRX. I caught up with Afsar Zaidi from Exceed and Sid Shah from the Wild East Group on HRX. Listen in. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Truly a pleasure to have you on Brand Equity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us here.
So, first things first, I mean, very interesting that you've come up with, a Hrithik Roshan brand called HRX. Tell me, who thought of this idea and how did you guys bring it to life?
Well, my company's responsibility has been to monetize and create value for Hrithik. A very logical extension was creating something which is very tangible and which he can say is completely owned by him. And so the seed did crop up in my mind because that's my responsibility and my work.
So basically, would I be right to assume that it took about, 2.5 years for this to actually, see what we see today?
It's figuring out what the brand means, figuring out what does Hrithik's brand mean to the consumer, right? It means, understanding does Hrithik's brand translate into consumer sales. So we actually spent a lot of time, we hired a lot of focus groups, agencies, we did about 10,000 interviews around the country, we did market research. We really wanted to understand from a science perspective how Hrithik can translate into a brand, how the consumer would accept that brand, and then how we can build that, right?
So what were your findings when you did your consumer research in terms of, how Hrithik Roshan as a brand will translate into sheer commercial sales?
When we tested 10,000 people, we asked them, what are the 5 words to describe Hrithik? The 5 words were hero, inspirational, aspirational, fit, and sexy. Sorry. But all of those scored over 90%. That's how pure his brand is. He's not a guy who endorses, like cement and pen and all these other things, right? He's kept his brand very pure, right? And so that's very translatable into something now.
Okay. So tell me, now that you have this brand HRX, which will be casual wear and sport wear?
Yes. See, the launch pad of HRX is in the online space with casual wear. But the plan with HRX is a huge and a humongous task that we have undertaken. We launched our first range of products on Myntra, and it's online. So that covers the active wear and the casual wear for men. That's the starting point. And as we progress, we will venture into the female category, and we also have plans to have HRX products which kids can consume.
Are you positioning HRX as a premium brand or a mass brand?
There's different levels, but at the end of the day, I'd like to say it's a mass brand.
Give me the pricing. Now that it's established that it's a mass brand, what would be the price ranging from?
The price points, like Upstart mentioned, we have an exclusive tie-up with Myntra. They're building, a great range for us, and they're pricing it starting at around 400 rupees, and it goes all the way up to somewhere around 2,000. Okay. So it's something that's very affordable, but the design, the quality is world-class.
Considering you're launching a new brand, this is the first time a celebrity is actually going into product extension.
Yep.
Why did you do a tie-up with, an e-commerce portal and not put it out in brand outlets where I, as a consumer, can touch, feel, and actually see the product with my own eyes, and to look online and assume this is the product and buy it? I mean, don't you think it's an absolutely wrong strategy to take?
We got amazing offers to take it offline and be in, 1,000 stores across the country. But what we thought was going to happen is that we would not be able to control the brand experience, right? I wouldn't know how the packaging or how the look and feel of our store might look in the Ludhiana, because we're not there right now, right? So we wanted to make sure that we were very targeted and focused, because this is a long-term business for us, right?
So we're here to stay.
Yeah, we're here to stay. So let's figure out, so what we decided to do is let's find the best fashion online company, which was Myntra. Let's launch something with them. Let's build this brand with them, right? And then next year, we're going to be probably around 500 stores, large format, MBOs, all across India, and that's going to continue to build.
What are your revenue targets? You must have set some milestones,
yes,
some targets.
Yes, we have a target with Myntra for the online business, and we are targeting a turnover of 100 crores over the next 3 years.
100 crores over the next 3 years?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Upstart. Thank you so much, Sid. Truly a pleasure having you on the show, and all the very best with HRX in India.
Thank you very much,
Thanks for having me.